welcome or welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I just wanted to sit down and share with you some really cute crochet little accessories that I personally am going to be making for myself and maybe even a few of my friends. And I thought that I would share what these ideas were with you guys and then also give you guys little tutorials on how these things can be done. I'm only going to do 3 things, and all these 3 things are super easy. They're foolproof. Okay, very beginner friendly. One thing that I absolutely love about these projects is that they're very small in size, so it doesn't require a whole lot of yarn, and because you're using scrap yarn, it can kind of like force you to come up with color combinations that you might not have always gravitated towards, but you find that they're like actually true gems and the colors do look good together. And I know for me, it just like opens my eyes to different things that I wouldn't have necessarily done had I had a full skein of yarn. So let's go ahead and hop right on into our very first project, which is a crocheted AirPod bag. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm always losing my AirPod case, and I have several pairs of AirPods, but I have like my favorite ones that I didn't, you know, drop the ear in the sink and the sound quality. So, you know, for the ones that I really care about, the ones I take with me places, I would like to not have to like constantly like open the lid and look at my phone to see like which one's the right pair of headphones. So I think it would be nice to be able to just like wrap it around my neck. I also do the same thing with my phone. Like my phone case is one of those ones that you like connect to a strap and it like hangs around your neck. Okay, I don't care who has a problem with it. I'm going to continue to give tourist fashion until the day I die. But let's go ahead and get into this first tutorial. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to have to do in order to make our little crocheted carrying case for our AirPods is make a magic loop or a magic circle. I can never remember what it is, but if you need some help with making these, I will attach a tutorial down in the description that's a bit more thorough. Once you have that, you're going to go ahead and chain 2 more chains. And that's going to count as our first double crochet. Then you're going to go ahead and make 2 more double crochets into your little magic loop. Then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets. Then chain 1, make another cluster of 3 double crochets. And you're going to chain 1 more time, and we're going to need to make 1 more cluster of 3 double crochets. After you have your last batch of double crochets done, you're going to go ahead and grab that little tail end and you're going to pull your work tight. Make sure you've chained 1 after you did your last 3 double crochets, and then you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that we did to start off this round. And then that's the end of round 1. Because I'm going to do a color change, I am going to chain 1 and then I'm going to cut my yarn here. And then to introduce my new color, I'm just going to, slip my hook into the corner of, one of these little holes, 4 holes that I have, and I'm going to attach my new yarn or my new color onto my project. And then pull that tight. And then you're going to go ahead and do a chain of 3, and that is going to act as our first double crochet. and we're going to start making double crochets to create the corner edges of our work. So our chain of 3 is our first double crochet, so you're going to double crochet 2 more. Then because we're working on a corner, you're going to chain 1 and then put 3 more double crochets into that same corner space. And now, because all of the stitches we're working in for this round are corner spaces, we're going to hop over to the next corner space. So skip the next 3 double crochets, go right into that corner, no need to chain 1, and go ahead and just start off by putting 3 double crochets into that space. And as I mentioned, this is another corner, so chain 1 and then put 3 more double crochets into that same corner space. Then you're going to hop over to the next corner and do the exact same thing. So put 3 double crochets into that corner space, then chain 1 and put 3 more double crochets into that same opening. Last one, go into your 4th corner, put 3 double crochets into that opening, then chain 1 and then put in 3 more double crochets into the same spot. Alright, now to close off this round, you're going to slip stitch into the top of this first chain 3 that we did. So you might have to like finesse your way in there, but go ahead and get into the top of that chain 3 and then just slip stitch, and then from here chain 1, and I'm going to cut off my yarn and I'm going to go grab my next color. Alright, now going in to the next round with a new color, I'm going to attach it onto a corner. Doesn't matter which corner you start off with. So attach your yarn onto your project, and then you're going to start off with your chain of 3. And because we're starting off in a corner, you're going to put 2 more double crochets there because our chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to put 3 more double crochets into the same space. Alright, now the next space we get to is not a corner, so we're just going to put 3 double crochets there, only one set though. Then we move over to our next space, which is another corner space. So put 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and another 3 double crochets in that space. Once again, we've reached a point where we're not at a corner, so just put 3 double crochets into that space. And then the next point we come to is another corner space. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets. And you will just continue on with this pattern for the remaining 2 sides. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of our chain 3 of this round, and then that's basically it for this round. So go ahead and finish off the remaining two sides, and I'll meet you guys when we get back to our starting point for this round. We're at our last space, which isn't a corner, so it just gets 3 double crochets. And then to end off this round, go ahead and find the third chain of that chain 3 that we did to start off this round and just slip stitch into that space. Then you can chain 1 and cut your work. You're going to need 2 of these squares in order to complete this project, so go ahead and repeat all the steps that we've just done so you end up with 2 of these bad boys. And then what you're going to want to do is weave in all of these little tails from all the color changes that we did. So grab your darning needle and just one at a time, take your piece of yarn, you're going to thread your yarn through your darning needle, and then you're just going to pass it back and forth in between your work so that way your tails are hidden. So go ahead and continue on with weaving in all your ends. I will meet you guys once all of our ends are woven. Now that we have no loose ends hanging out all over the place, I'm going to take my 2 good sides and I'm going to like face them or sandwich them together so the bad sides are facing outward. You should kind of be able to tell like the difference between like the pretty side and the not so pretty side. But go ahead and just lay the good sides together. And what we're going to do now is we're going to close up 3 of the 4 sides of our bag. So I decided to switch my hook. I'm using something a little bit smaller. I have my 4mm crochet hook when initially I was using my 5mm crochet hook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in one of my corners, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to start off by going into the back loop of my first little granny square, and then I'm going to go into the front loop of the second. And I'm going to attach my yarn into that corner point. Then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the back loop of that first granny square and the front loop of that second, or you could just think of it as the 2 inner V's or two inner stitches from your V's of your two granny squares, and I'm just going to make a single crochet to connect those two. And I'm going to work my way all the way around 3 of my 4 sides. Alright, 3 of my 4 sides are done. Gotta leave one side open, otherwise this project is not what it is going to be. So anywho, from here I'm going to go ahead and make my strap. So I'm just going to make a long chain, and you can do your chain as long or as short as you want. I do want to be able to like drape it across my neck and have it sit like in the middle of my chest just about. So I'm going to keep chaining until I end up with 30 inches roughly of this little chain. Alrighty, so I'm going back and I'm measuring how much I've chained. See if I can stop, and I can. Okay, so now I am at 30 inches in length for my strap. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work my way over to the other side or the other corner, and I'm just going to attach my yarn into this corner by making a slip stitch. And from there I'm going to chain 1. I'll cut my yarn and I'm just going to tie the 2 ends together and weave them into the side of my project so that way I don't have any tails hanging out. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and flip your project out. So now the good side is facing out, and then that is it. You have your very own AirPod carrying case. But that's it. On to the next project. Next up, this is literally so stupidly easy, but I feel like it serves so many purposes, and I think this is probably the most useful thing that I will get out of anything that I've ever crocheted ever in my life. But that is simply crocheting ribbons. Now, there's not going to be much to this tutorial for this one, but the reason why I love it so much is because of how many different ways I can purpose this. So yes, I can put it in my hair, no brainer, but I also like the fact that I can you know, tie it onto my favorite handbag or onto a belt loop on one of my outfits. Or I even saw there was this little concept of people like attaching ribbon onto glasses for, I guess, I don't know, like events or like girls' night celebrations, whatever, I don't know. But I just thought that was such a cute little concept. I think that could be a lot of fun to play around with. Another thing that I feel like you could even do with this, if you're feeling a bit more like out there or daring, is you could even use them as like shoelaces. I think that would be like a kind of cool concept. Maybe not. Maybe I'm taking it like the extra mile that we like don't need to take, but in my head, it seems like that could be a kind of cute concept depending on the type of sneaker. Now, this one right here is seriously going to be the easiest tutorial of life. All we're gonna do is make a long chain. So you can do it as long or as short as you want. Just make your slip knot and start chaining. Mine was roughly 30 inches long, but if you don't want yours to be so short, I would probably double it. So keep chaining until you get 60 inches in length. And I just want to say, if you struggle with this, then babes, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it just might be time to hang up your hat. Maybe crocheting is just not for you. But this is what my final result ended up looking like. Very cute, and what do you know, it matches my top perfectly. And the last project, another very easy one, this is the second easiest project, is going to be simply a hanger cover. I was going to do a tutorial for this project, but I came across a few other tutorials that different creators did on YouTube, and I thought their work was really interesting. So I figured I'd just leave you guys the links to these different videos I found, so you can go ahead and check out their work. I did try to pick out hangers with different designs so you'd have some variety, so let me know what you guys thought of these designs and if you found them helpful. But that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy making all of your cute little crochet projects. Another cute and easy little crochet project that you can use scrap yarn for, which I actually already have a tutorial up on my channel, it's my crocheted scrunchie. So if you guys care to, please check that video out, as well as the other tutorials that I have on my channel and just the other videos that I have on my channel. How about that? And also please subscribe to my crochet Instagram account. I am slowly but surely building it up, and as the weather gets warmer, I'm gonna start going out and taking cute pictures of me in my little crochet projects, so you guys will get a chance to see how I style those a little bit more. So please go ahead and do that. Make sure you like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay spicy. Bye. Outfit today is kind of giving the Seraphim vibes. I'm manifesting warm weather. Smutter, baby, smutter, smutter, baby, smutter. Something, 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 something. Anywho.